Lewis, 7 tries for the Super League season. How pleased are you with that talent?
Yeah, obviously I'd like more, but yeah, the more the better. Just trying to do my bit for the team, but yeah, the more tries I score, the better.
How would you assess your progress over the course of the season so far?
I think it's been good for me. Obviously, the more games I've played, I felt like I'm improving, I'm learning. Yeah, so just taking it game by game, really. Just trying to learn stuff off the lads, especially the older boys. But yeah, it's been really good.
I know earlier in the season Tony Smith gave you a bit of a break as he'd seen a dip in performances, and obviously at a young age he wants to protect you.
Yeah.
So how much has it meant to you that you've got this run in the side now under Simon Gritson, who's got faith in you in that regard?
And that's really good. I think Gritchy said to me if I play well and earn my spot, then I'll keep it. So I feel like I've done that over the recent weeks, and I've got a nice run out. So yeah, it's been good. Obviously, the more games, it just benefits me. It just gets me better. Obviously, you see new things, learn new things every game. So yeah, it's been really good.
And you and Harvey Barron on the wing for the first time in a while at Catalans. How much did that mean to the both of you?
It was really good. I think I've been waiting a while for it to be fair. Really good mates. So yeah, it was really good. Especially we work well together. We go off the back of each other and know what we're both good at. So yeah, it was really good. It was really pleasing.
Given for most of the time this season you've been competing for that one spot following Tom Briscoe's arrival, how much has that competition for that place benefited the both of you?
I think it's good. I think we both push each other, especially in training and that. We both help each other as well, which is good. But yeah, we're really good mates. We like to see each other both do well. So yeah, I think it's just pushing each other, getting the best out of each other, and then whoever earns it on the day keeps the spot, and then the other one will just go after it.
So no issue with maintaining that friendship while going for that place?
Nah, I still think we're really good mates. I'd like to say that, but yeah, there's always going to be competition, and it's really good. It's a healthy competition.
How much has it helped as well, though, having that presence of Tom Briscoe, the experienced man, out on the other flank?
Really good, yeah. He's helped me quite a lot. He's helped me and Harvey. Obviously, he's played a long time. He's got a lot of experiences, so it helps us. It's probably one of the best things that happened this year for us. Helping with our backfield, like situations and stuff like that. So it's really helpful, really open to questions, and he helps us out quite a lot, especially in games as well.
I suppose another aspect of this season, loads of players coming and going. How have you found forming various different partnerships with whoever you've been alongside at centre?
I think at the start it was tough building combinations, but I think over the recent weeks, I think our edges nailed it quite good. Me, Sutty, Chewy and Laney, I think we've been quite good as an edge, especially in defence. I think we've known what we're both good at and our strengths, trusting each other. So yeah, I think it's got better throughout the season, but it was tough at the start building them combinations.
Looks like you may be without Liam Sutcliffe this week. We'll find out later on. So who are you working with at the moment ahead of the game this weekend against St Helens?
In training, I think it was Brisky today, but it could be anyone. So I've had quite a good combination in backfield with Brisk. So I don't think it'll be a problem on weekend if he plays in my centre. But it's good whoever we get. We just got to trust each other. Loads of talk. So yeah, we'll be alright.
Looking ahead to 2025, how excited are you by the blend of youth and experience that you're going to have here next season with all the signings that are coming in?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to just get going, especially in pre-season, meet new coach. Obviously, got to impress him. He's got to start again, start fresh. So it's going to be a good pre-season. Hopefully, learn a lot off some of the older boys coming in. But yeah, it's just about going again, pushing myself and just getting better, and then hopefully keep playing games.
I know when we spoke to you after you signed your 2-year contract, you hadn't spoken to John at the time. Have you had any kind of conversation with him since?
No, I haven't spoken to him yet. Obviously that'll come when he comes over. But yeah, it'd be good to meet him, build a good relationship, and hopefully we can get on and get the season going.
Just before we talk about St Helens, it'd be remiss of me not to ask you about Hull City. How are you feeling ahead of the new season with the dearth of signings at the moment?
I went last night actually. I watched them against Fiorentina. I think they need to sign a few players if they want to push for promotion or top 6. But yeah, I think they need to make some signings, especially in attack.
What kind of season are you expecting them at the moment?
What, for City?
Yeah.
Right now, if they don't sign anyone, I reckon it's mid-table.
Really?
Yeah, I don't reckon they can compete with like the Leeds, Chef, Luton, stuff like that. So yeah, I think they need to get busy fast.
Let's hope so.
I know.
St Helens then, made your debut against them last season.
Yeah.
Talk us through that week and when Tony Smith at the time told you that you'd be playing in that game. How did you feel?
I was nervous, really nervous. Obviously, first Super League game against, I think they were world champs at the time, so it was quite daunting, but I was excited just to show what I could do. I think I grabbed it with two hands and I took my opportunity and got a nice try though, which topped it off. So yeah, I thought I did alright and I just kind of built it from there.
What were the days like in the lead up to the game in terms of telling your family and friends and then being in training, knowing that you were playing, perhaps trying to avoid getting injured and what have you? Yeah,
obviously, Mum and Dad were over the moon. I felt like I deserved to play and it was obviously a good opportunity. I just had to take it. Obviously, it was the last game of the season. So I felt like if I could play well, it'd build a platform going into pre-season and then I could go from there. So I thought I did that quite well. So yeah, I thought, yeah, that was good.
What are your memories of the game?
Probably scoring my try. I think that was the biggest one. Obviously, it was quite a good one, scoring it on my debut. Just with lads. Obviously, we didn't get the win, which was disappointing, but just the overall day, the experience of it, just being out there with the boys, I think that was the main thing.
St Helens back then, obviously a different shape to what they're in now, but what do you think you learned from that game and the calibre of opposition you faced at the time?
Obviously they're quite big blokes, so like tighten up, especially coming out of yardage. It was quite a physical game. I think that's what you're always going to get with Saints. So I think, before going into the game, you're in for a tough one and it's going to be a tough grind. They're going to grind you down, wear you down. So I think as us backs, we've got a big job to get us going on the front foot, share the workload, and I think that's what we need to do, especially on the weekend.
Just on that game last year, when you look back at yourself then and where you are now, how much do you think you've come on as a player and perhaps as a person as well?
I think I've come on quite a big way. I think it's just reading the game, situations. Obviously, I've got a bit smarter, especially out of backfield where I'm running, especially pulling some shape as well, especially under high ball. I think I've got a lot better. I'm a lot more confident as well. I think I know now I can do it. There's not as much pressure. Well, there's pressure, but I don't put it as much on myself. I've still got to perform to keep my spot. So yeah, I think it's just going, doing my thing, and it'll just all go from there.
And obviously since then, Tony Smith's gone, a number of players have been and gone as well. How brutal a learning curve has that been for you in your first full Super League season?
Massively. I think it just shows that you're spotting it safe. Every week you've got to perform, or there's another kid that wants to take your spot. As I said earlier, there's competition. So I know myself, if I'm not up to standard or up to Grixie's standard, then someone else is going to come in and that's their opportunity. So yeah, I've just got to keep working hard, keep doing what I am doing in the past recent weeks and keep improving, because I have got more in me. I have got better things that I can do, and there's a lot for me to improve on.
St Helens in the here and now then, what do you think's going so badly wrong there at the moment from what you've seen?
I think they're a bit like us, a bit depleted. Obviously they've got a couple of young kids and I think they are doing well. They're trying to fit into the team, and it's tough when you first come in, especially when you are on a losing streak. It's hard to build that confidence as a team. So yeah, it's going to be the same old. St Helens are going to be, as I said earlier, they're going to tighten up, try and break us down. But I think it's just sticking in it. I think they will probably turn a corner at some point. But yeah, they're a bit depleted like us, and it's time for them young kids to step up.
In terms of that losing run they're on and the lack of confidence and the pressure that's on Paul Wellens at the moment, how can you take advantage of that from a psychological perspective?
I think we just got to go in with a lot of energy and a lot of confidence, like we have in the recent week, especially against that Wigan game. I think we went in and out-infused them. And I think that's what we've got to do on weekend. We've got to start well. I thought we started quite poor on weekend and it started to get away from us and it cost us in the long run. So yeah, we've got to start the game well. And yeah, like I say, we've got to, in backfield, we've got to get us going, share that workload. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but looking forward to it.
When you look at the last few weeks, just finally, and most people outside of the team wouldn't have given you a sniff in most games, and then going into this one where it looks like you've got a decent opportunity, how much does that change the approach and the mentality within your own camp?
I don't think it changes much. I think we go into every game with the same mentality that we are going to win. It don't matter what outside noise is. We know ourselves what we're capable of. And we know that if we do our game plan, we stick to it, we'll be in with a shout in every game. So I think we just got to play our game plan, play our sets, and just it'll all build from there.
Lewis, thanks for your time.
Sweet.
Hi, look. 17 games under your belt. Did you imagine playing so much as you played this season? How have you adapted to that on the run, obviously playing week in, week out?
Probably not. I probably didn't expect to play half as many games. You know, I was hoping for a couple of opportunities there and there, show what I can do. But I've just took it game by game, tried to improve. You know, coach staff helped me, told me what I need to improve on, and I've just tried to implement that in my games. But yeah, like I said, I've just adapted to how I've done. I've just tried to do my thing for the team and just become a regular.
Is there much scope on next year? I mean, obviously, you and Harvey, you'll be targeting that number 2 or 5, whichever jersey you do, won't you? So you're going in for that now, obviously, with your performances, knowing that it'll all contribute to what happens next year?
Yeah, obviously that's the hope. I'd love to get a 2 or 5 shirt, a starting shirt would be amazing. But I've got to have a good pre-season. I ain't just got it off this season. You know, obviously new coach. It's probably all going to be on that pre-season. So I've got to wet my nuts off. I'm sure Ad will do the same. You know, we both want it, or if they bring someone else in, we'll still compete for it. It's just about working hard and just impressing new coach.
Obviously, whole lot. What's it been like playing in the first team? Has it filled you up with a lot of pride, obviously representing hometown club and things like that?
Yeah, it's really good. You see people in the streets and that, and it's just good to play for your hometown. I think that's the main thing. Just seeing local people, you know, come up to you and say, "Oh, you're doing really well. You're doing this." I think that's the biggest rewarding thing.
Obviously, you've had a lot of support from fans this year. Obviously, just mentioned it there. So, does that help you young boys? Because there's been a lot of you playing this year, haven't there?
Massively. I think they've got behind us really well. I think you come off the back of games and there's fans saying, "Oh, the young lads are doing really, really well. They're stepping up and doing a bit." And I think that's what we need sometimes. You know, sometimes fans get on the back here and it's not good. It doesn't help. Sometimes you just need, you know, arm round us or whatever. But we all know what we're capable of and we all know what we can do. So it's been good.
Obviously, that core, yourself, Harvey, Jack, you know, Logan, there's 7, 8, 9 that have played this year together. So do you bounce off each other for advice, like how to get through games and pick up stuff, you know, like in order to develop and things like that?
Yeah, obviously we've all got experiences of what's going outside, but that outside noise don't really matter. I think it's just we all give each other advice. Obviously we bounce off each other. We all know what we're good at, and I think there's a good bond between us young lads, especially this year, playing together, especially in that first team environment. So yeah, it's been really good.
Obviously scoring tries, it's a winner's forte. Obviously there's a lot of other areas to the game, but that's what we're going to do. Picked up a few in recent weeks, obviously that's transpired with the team's performances, I guess. So it must be good to get on the end of some moves and you know, finishing the corners. Yeah,
I mean it's been good to get some nice good ball recently, get me in some space. I think that's what I've needed. But yeah, our attacks come quite good recently. You know, them combinations have been clicking. So yeah, it's been really good, especially to get some points on board.
Obviously, when you say attack clicking, that puts you into space in it, and obviously you are very athletic and very pacey winger, so that can really bode well for obviously development in the future and things like that.
Yeah, I'd like to keep my speed, get me some space, but I think I'll need to put some size on the other side of it, coming out of backfield. I think that'd help me massively. So yeah, it's just developing my body and you know keeping that speed will be really nice.
How have you found the physical side to it? Then obviously, 'cause a lot of wingers. You have to come on the backfield, don't you, and do those tough carries, like play 1s, play 2s, play 3s. So what's it? Obviously, I know you did a lot of that in the academy reserves. But what's that step up been like in Super League?
I think it's been tough, especially when you get caught in them corners. That tough carry out into the middle where they're all tight and they fly up at you, especially your Wiggins, your Catalans, your Saints. They're the tough ones, but I think Grixie's been really good, especially getting us backs playing and being smarter, getting at them halves, getting us wins instead of running at them big blokes, get them moving, get them tired, then we can take advantage of it. So I think that's been good. I think it's just been a bit smarter. I think that's been the biggest thing.
Like getting away from like ABCs and just promoting the ball a little bit.
Yeah, obviously there's going to be some tough ones in there that you're going to have to take. You just got to get down, not get dragged back, but where possible, I think it's been smarter getting it, not the smaller blokes, but where you can get easier wins.
Obviously, Grixie's been big on sticking to game plans in recent weeks. Obviously, that's part of it in the backfield. But how do you feel the team has been progressing? Obviously, when they're in good ball, obviously, you know, sticking to plays and playing repetitive and you know technologies that he's been using and stuff like that.
I think we've been better over the recent weeks, sticking to the game plan. You know, he's laid it out for us. Sometimes we've gone away from it, and it showed that we've been a bit loose or a bit here, there, everywhere. But I think when we stick to the game plan, I think we look real good. But yeah, I think that's just down to us, down to our half, down to our middles, listening, getting to them points and just going from there. But when we've done it, I think we've looked sharp and looked good.
Obviously, Pep and on last week, how important was it to get a bit of time together, off the field? Because obviously team spirit has been really good this year, but I'm guessing, the night or two away, we're obviously with each other, can only help things like that.
Yeah, obviously Catalan's always, I went early and it was a really good trip. You build a good bond, you get a roomie, so it's good to just chat off the field, just about life, but it's good laughs in there and you build memories as well, so you'll always remember your trips away with lads, so yeah, it was really good.
Who was your roomie this year?
Carlos, Sim, as early in here as well. So.
Good stuff. Could you come back strong, any Carlos, in the games that he played since his hammy? Stats were really good from Pep, so guessing that's really going to help the team going forward now. Obviously, big experienced player for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Carlos has been really good, especially with his young lads as well. He helps us. So yeah, Carlos has been really good when he come back, especially in yardage as well. We've been making quite a lot of breaks. So yeah, it's been good, especially it's good to go off the back of him as well, get good wins.
Someone you've been picking the brain of them for tips and tweaks and things you can improve your game on. Yeah,
definitely. It's all the old lads, they love us young lads asking questions because it's only going to help us in the long run. They've got a lot of experience. So yeah, it's been good.
Top man. Cheers, Lou.
Hey Lewis, 17 games under your belt. I've just been saying about some of the experiences that you've been passed down from some of the more senior players. I suppose amongst them younger players that are breaking through or on the verge of breaking through into the first team.
Yeah.
What sort of words of wisdom are you passing on to them and encouraging them?
I think it's just how they train. Obviously they've got to impress the coaches, and when they do get the opportunity, just take it with both hands. They're going to feel the pressure, but when it comes, you just got to just play your own game, have a lot of energy. I think that's the biggest thing us young lads bring, is energy. So yeah, it's just really just nailing the training, and then if they do get the opportunity, just take it.
And coming up when you're going to be picking picks for the first team and playing the weekend, fingers crossed for this weekend as well. What goes through your mind, when that squad's announced and you're going to be playing it? Are you excited? Do you sleep all right the night before? Are you worried about anything?
I think at the start of the year there was quite a lot of nerves that were with me, but I think as I've got throughout the season, I think it's just I'm more focused. I think about what I'm going to do in the game. Obviously, before the game we have team run, so it's just a little small talk with your centres, your halves about what you can do, a bit of game plan. So yeah, I think it's more of just exciting, out there on the field with the lads.
Do you have any set preparation or anything that you might think's a bit of a noodle that you do every game?
Nah, I think it's just spag ball before a game. I think that's the biggest one. Yeah, I love a good spag ball before a game, but yeah, I'm not really superstitious or anything like that. So.
Okay. Cheers, all the best at the weekend.
Sweet, thank you.